Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Monica here. And we have a very honorable guest today to jump with us on a short live and let me introduce you, Dr. Felice Gersh. She's going to talk about her work. I cannot wait for you to hear about that. And we have a special occasion, as you may know or may not. I hope you are already familiar with the Wellbeing Mastery show coming on. We actually are going live on the 24th of May, which is this Tuesday in 2 days. And we have Dr. Felice Gersh and 26 other amazing speakers joining us. And it's all for you. If you maybe have been struggling with lack of energy, with pain, with discomfort in your body, we're bringing those amazing experts for you completely free to listen to and to learn from about how to increase your energy, get that abundant energy in your body, reduce pain, feel great, and really come back to that real state of balance, well-being, and health in your body. So I want to invite you to join completely free Wellbeing Mastery. There is a link in the description for the Facebook here. And then I'm going to put the link also in the comments after this show. So welcome, everybody, and welcome, Dr. Gersh. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to join you both today and on your great program that's coming up.
Yes, wonderful. So Dr. Gersh, your work is really outstanding, and especially helping women go through all those ups and downs related to our hormonal balance. And I know you have a new book coming up. Is that correct? About menopause?
Yes.
Tell us more about that. I really want to hear.
Well, my new book, it's on Amazon right now. It's called Menopause 50 Things You Need to Know.
Wow.
And I discuss the 3 phases of menopause, basically the decade that precedes the official onset of menopause, which is defined as 12 consecutive months without a spontaneous period, and then the first decade of menopause, and then the rest of your life, which is the last phase and stage of menopause. And it's really to emphasize that menopause is not like you cross a finish line. It's really a process of ovarian aging, which has diverse and very significant impact throughout the entire female body. So I like to discuss all of those with throughout my book. And then, of course, always, you don't want to just define the problem. You want to offer some solutions. So that's what I do. Give lots of suggestions for how to deal with all of these issues that every woman faces in varying degrees, and with emphasis on different organ systems. Everyone's so unique as they go through this process, but not a single woman gets through it without having some significant impacts.
Yes, and you know why I wanted to ask you about it, because it's so important to talk about menopause and at this time in our lives, in every woman's life at some point. Because what happens, I see a lot of people, a lot of women coming in and saying, well, I'm at this age right now. I'm just going to maybe gain weight, maybe don't have that energy. My life's just, sort of slowly going down. And what would you say to somebody who's kind of thinking that way? What would you tell them?
I would say we do need to acknowledge that loss of ovarian function is not going to have, no impact. It is going to have impact. And that no matter what we do, we can't give every woman back a pristine, perfectly functioning set of 21-year-old ovaries. But we should not just accept that our lives are going to be just a straight downhill slope from this point forward, that there is so much we can do to, we'll say, dampen the effects of menopause, and understand that it's not inevitable that we have to deteriorate significantly. And we can definitely, like flatten the curve, as you might say. We used to talk about that with COVID. I like that expression for flattening the curve of symptoms, that we don't have this big like poop, like like off the cliff kind of a thing with menopause. And then understanding that because metabolic health, which is really every organ system's functioning to the optimal, which means the production, distribution, utilization of energy by every organ system, that's metabolism. That metabolism is intricately linked with reproductive functions. And estrogen is really the hormonal glue that puts it all together. So when the ovaries cease, first they decline and then they have craziness and ultimately completely stop making estrogen from the ovaries, that it's not just about the end of reproductive life and fertility, which it is, but it's much more than that. It's loss of what we would call metabolic homeostasis. And but although menopause is inevitable, every bad thing that is associated with menopause, like you mentioned, like weight gain and fatigue, brain fog, and so much more, arthritis, palpitations, loss of bone, joint degeneration, cardiovascular issues, gut issues, all those things can really be dealt with in very practical and efficacious ways so that a woman can navigate through this last chapter of her life and actually have really high quality of life. And we don't all end up on 5 different or more pharmaceuticals and have procedures done and just sort of live with lower quality of life. We don't have to accept that.
So give us some quick tips, ideas on what should we be looking at, what we should be starting with.
Well, every woman who goes through menopause is going to have alterations of her really important gut microbiome, and not just the gut microbiome, all the microbiomes, all of these microbial life, we'll call ecologies, this sort of these collections of microbes that live in and on us are going to change because they're very related to our hormones. So we need to do everything we can to maintain them. And the gut is the biggest microbiome that we have been investigating in medicine and science. So by eating a diet that's high in fermented foods, like I try to eat sauerkraut most every day, and some people love kimchi. My little 6-year-old granddaughter, her favorite food actually is kimchi soup. So, kimchi, and then there's many other fermentable vegetables and kombucha and kefir. So you can have some sort of fermented food most days, and then a lot of really healthy fiber and resistant starch. So those would be things like the legumes and root vegetables, whole grains, and try to incorporate them into your diet. And then as well, the gut microbes like to be fed at regular times. So we want to eat according to our circadian rhythm. So we don't want to snack all day. We don't want to eat late at night. We should try to limit eating to 3 episodes a day. So like 3 meals a day, but not more, and try to push more of the food into the earlier part of the day. Adding in stress reduction, mind-body medicine, fitness, of course. Exercise is like the master of all the we'll say therapeutics that are out there, is by incorporating fitness and exercise. And also make sure everyone gets adequate sleep. Go to bed at the time our body expects you to, by 11 p.m., even earlier if you can. Try to get a few hours, like 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep. And light therapy. So getting out in nature and seeing the sun and the moon and the sunset, it really helps to get our circadian rhythm regulated, and it helps us to be happy. Sunlight helps us to make serotonin. From serotonin, the happy hormone neurotransmitter, we make melatonin, which is a potent antioxidant, regulates glucose and helps us to get good quality sleep. So all of these things, there's no shortcut. There is no shortcut. You have to do it all. And then I am a great appreciator and lover of giving bioidentical therapeutic or physiologic doses of hormones, recognizing, of course, menopause is natural, but nothing that we do in menopause afterwards for healthcare is natural. Like if we give women new lenses in their eyes because their cataracts become developed and they can't see, or if you replace joints, or if you go on pharmaceuticals, none of that is natural. So
Yeah.
what I would rather do is be proactive and maintain physiologic human bioidentical hormone levels in women to sort of preempt all of these negative things from happening. But it's not required, it's recommended by me, but it's sort of necessary to optimize health to have hormones, but it's not sufficient anyway. You can't just give women
Mhm.
hormones. That's why I hate clinics that set up in there like hormone clinics. Hormones without lifestyle is
Yeah.
completely insufficient. That's why there are
Yeah.
young reproductive
Mhm.
age women who are very unhealthy
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
they're unfortunately victims of the standard American diet, bad lifestyle, and environmental toxicant exposures, and so on. So we have to do it all. Getting and staying healthy is not for the, we'll say, uncommitted. But what
Yeah.
is more worthwhile than to have vibrant life, like you say, energy, to love every day that you wake up to be
Mhm.
alive? And that just requires what it does, a lot of effort. But the idea is that you get to love food that's good for you. You get to love moving. You get to love being out in nature. You get to love being with the people that you love, right? So
Mhm.
trying to stay healthy suddenly becomes fun, right? It doesn't have,
Yes.
oh my God, I have to go to the gym. I hate going to the gym. Oh my gosh, I have to meditate. I hate meditating. We want to do things that we learn or easily love so that being healthy and staying healthy becomes a joy in life, not the worst chore
Mhm.
of life.
Yes, yes, thank you so much for that. Because sometimes we think, oh, I need to go on this diet, I need to do this and that, and it becomes like another hurdle,
Yeah.
like another, a discipline thing. But yeah, and we do talk a lot about in the whole show about it, how incorporating those healthy habits in life actually can be a beautiful thing, can actually make us happy, can make us actually enjoy life so much more. So I love how you turn this perspective of, like, getting healthy, the diet thing, and all this, uh, how difficult that is. No, actually, it is making our lives smoother and easier in a way. But and it's so important. And so on the show, with Dr. Gersh, we're going to be talking more about the circadian rhythms, about the light therapy. We're going to talk about how to incorporate those new habits into your life. So we have a lot in that interview. So yes, and thank you so much, Dr. Gersh, for jumping in today and telling us a little bit about your work. And so definitely, I want to encourage everybody to sign up for the show. It's completely free. You get to listen to Dr. Gersh's entire interview during the show. And so the link's going to be in the comments. And Dr. Gersh, so how people can reach to you? What's the best way to, delve deeper into all that you have to offer?
Well, I have my own Instagram live that I try to put out
Mhm.
a new show every week or so. And it's DR, like as in doctor, DR
Mhm.
period, Felice Gersh. And also, I have a brick and mortar. I'm a very old fashioned doctor. I actually see patients in my office, also telemedicine. And my website is integrativemgi.com. And my practice name is the Integrative Medical Group of Irvine. I'm located in sunny Irvine, Southern California.
Ah,
And I feel like everyone who's a female and is going to be going through menopause in the next decade or so should go and get my book, because you're going to learn a lot. It's very simple. It's like a little mini encyclopedia.
mhm.
Menopause, 50 things you need to know.
Beautiful. Yes, we're going to tag your Facebook page here in the live so people can go in there. And I imagine all the information is spelled out in there too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I encourage everybody reach out to Dr. Gersh and learn from her, get her book. And again, encourage everybody, please join the show because it's for you and it's going to be fun and very informative. And we have amazing experts. So, Well, thank you so much, everybody, today. Thank you so much, Dr. Gersh. We'll see you again, I am sure. Have a beautiful Sunday, everybody, and we'll talk soon. Good.